This is a trade. The Celtics offered Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and a draft pick to the Nets for Kevin Durant. Of course, this is rejected. I mean, that's kind of, although Jaylen Brown's an all-star level player, that's not enough when you compare it to like the Rudy Gobert trade.
Yeah.
So Boston came up with a counter. They said you have to include Brown, Marcus Smart, who was recently crowned Defensive Player of the Year. Include some draft picks in there, and maybe one more rotation player. So currently, the Celtics are less inclined to include Smart along with multiple other player assets or pick assets. But the franchise is now mulling over what are the next steps on how to approach these discussions. Now, Jaylen Brown afterwards tweeted out, SMH, shaking my head over these things. So, man, I was kind of shocked when I heard this news. What was your reaction when you heard this?
Honestly, surprised as well. With Jaylen Brown and the Celtics just recently going to the NBA Finals, even though they lost to the Warriors, the fact that they were, willing to have that conversation is kind of odd to me. And I get it, you know what I mean, with it being Kevin Durant, because Kevin Durant is a all-star generational talent, you know what I mean? But this is not the first time that the Celtics have been in this, should we get rid of Jaylen Brown? Should we get rid of Tatum? Should we split them apart? What do we do with them? And it seemed like they were on the right track or on the same page as an organization as far as what they wanted to do. And as a result, you kept Tatum, you kept Brown, you got Smart, Horford, you put it together, you made it to the NBA Finals. So now to come back and you hear Jaylen Brown is, being offered up for Kevin Durant, plus Marcus Smart is a lot, like for them to consider, giving up to get Kevin Durant, in my opinion. But I felt like we were like, they work well together as a unit currently. So you want to tear that down for Kevin Durant? It's kind of like, I get it on one hand, but the other hand is like, you just got to the finals though and you beat Kevin Durant. So why would you go through the trouble and then let it leak out? And now you may be dealing with a disgruntled Jaylen Brown, who's your, one of your star players. Just an odd move to me.
Yeah, you mentioned about Jaylen Brown being involved in previous trade talks. That's true. We heard that. But I want to go back to 2018. That was back when Kawhi Leonard was really on the market from the Spurs. So the Celtics actually tried to trade for him, but they only included pick assets. Now, if they included Jaylen Brown, it would have been more than likely they got Kawhi Leonard. So I guess the front office learned from that mistake. Okay, if you want this level player, you're going to have to include one of our own. So I guess my next question now is, if you're the Celtics, all right, so do you agree with them trying to trade for Kevin Durant? I mean, honestly, they beat them, swept them. Me personally, I don't see why you need Kevin Durant, personally. I mean, a lot of people argue that they'll be automatic contenders, but they're not going to trade just for Jaylen Brown. There'll be some other assets they want, whether it's Williams or, or if you include Smart in that too, I can make an argument. I don't know, because we talked about this before too. Depth is what makes it work here. You gotta have depth. I'm not gonna sack, and they got Malcolm Brogdon. That's a plus to me. I mean, I don't see them as like the favorite to the East, but they're up there. For me personally, I still have Milwaukee as the favorite right now. No offense to you, Heat, though, but like Milwaukee's like the.
I'll take it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just don't. And you do this and you ruin the chemistry. It seems like it on the front end with Jaylen Brown putting that tweet out there. And this is the thing too. I haven't heard a lot of people say this. Y'all forget who's in the front office right now. Brad Stevens is name. His former head coach. So your former head coach puts that offer out there. I would definitely feel some type of way. I think that's kind of being lost in this. I mean, it's one thing to have just a relationship between GM and player. That's different. But this is a GM who wants your coach. That's a whole different type of relationship right there.
That's true.
So it's like
is Brad Stevens?
It's gonna hurt.
Is Brad Stevens the GM or he's the what's his position?
Listen, either way, whatever it is, whether it's team president or GM, he's directly involved in these trade discussions. Like, it doesn't matter. I'll look it up real quick. But he's definitely involved.
That's a bad look. That's definitely a bad look. And I too did not think about that angle of it. It was already years of them.
All right, so he's a president of basketball operations. He's over this. That's his job. So, I mean.
So he has the power to be able to. He has a big say-so, for one. And two, can you at least talk to the dude? You know what I mean? I think that's the big thing here is that he probably felt blindsided by, I'm in talks to be traded. Oh, I just made the All-Star team like twice in the past 3 years. NBA Finals just got there, you know. It's kind of like that. It's almost a slap in the face, especially with it being someone who you have a semi-familiar relationship with it being Brad Stevens. So you mean to tell me that you couldn't talk to let Jaylen know that he's probably going to be in some trade rumors or, you know, a potential trade package, and B, you let it leak out before he can even. I'm just saying, like, you can hold the information from within the organization and it not get out to the public, to us. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of sketchy, and that's going to make things difficult for them this season. It's going to rock the locker room a little bit. I feel like they just got stable. And when they did, they were great. So it's weird.
Yeah, I mean, they had a little rocky season in the beginning too. Remember, but Ime was able to round them together. They were able to focus on the defense side of it first, and eventually everything else gelled on the offense. So, man, it's like this is definitely a hit to team chemistry. And I just don't know why would this leak either? Like, man, I kind of feel like they thought that the Nets would automatically accept it, you know, but instead now you got to deal with the fallout of it.
Yeah.
And I don't see the Celtics giving up Marcus Smart and Jaylen Brown. It'll probably have to be Jaylen Brown, maybe Robert Williams, and some draft picks and draft swaps. Honestly, because what other options do the Nets have right now? I mean, the Suns are out of it. The Heat, I'm not sure what trade discussions y'all could potentially be having, but I don't know. But considering what the Heat can offer and what the Celtics can offer, the Celtics could have a better package, other than the Raptors. The Raptors still have a chance here, because they can offer Siakam or Scotty Barnes or whoever they want out of their young assets. Yeah. So, yeah.
What up, what up, what up? Thank you for tuning in to the Swish Masters Podcast, and thank you to our sponsor, SS96. Visit ss96.net and use the promo code Swish Masters for 15% off. Yeah, that's right. You heard me right. 15% off on all store items. Hats, hoodies, t-shirts, whatever you need, SS96 has it. Also, don't forget to go and check out that music from Straight Stoner, produced by yours truly. You know what it is, Gut Gang, mobbing, sleepwalking. We out here. Thank you.